Somebody gets hurt tonight. A wreck, a fall, a truck that didn't stop in time. The kind of moment that splits a life into before and after. It's 11 p.m. They can't sleep. They're scared, they're in pain, and they have one question that's burning a hole in their phone. Who do I call? They don't open Google, they open ChatGPT and they type in best personal injury lawyer near me. And it answers. Usually 3 names and a reason for each. They call one before the sun even comes up. Now, here's the good news and the bad news for personal injury firms. Personal injury is the clearest category in all of AI search. It's not the easiest, but it's the clearest. Which means the firms that get this right are already pulling ahead, and the ones that don't, well, they're invisible at the exact moment a hurt person is deciding who to trust. I'm Marc Apple. I'm the founder and partner at Forward Push Law Firm Marketing, and we have spent a considerable amount of time mapping which personal injury firms break through in AI search. And I'll tell you, personal injury shows up more consistently than almost any other practice area. Stick with me because I'm going to show you why and where PI firms lose ground without realizing it. And I'm going to show you how to fix it for free. You know, for the last 20 some odd years, getting found meant ranking in Google. There were 10 blue links and a real actual human did the picking. You maybe didn't have to be in position 1 and you would still get the call because it was an actual person that scrolled, they compared, and they made up their own mind. Well, AI tools don't work that way. I mean, ask one for the best personal injury lawyer in town, and it's going to hand back about 3 names and a reason for each. There is no list of 10 to scan. You are either one of the answers or you're nowhere to be found. And I'll tell you, people trust what AI says. A scared person who gets handed 3 names doesn't go digging for a 4th. They start dialing the one that AI just vouched for. And for personal injury, that shift matters more than most because the person asking is scared, it's late, and they're going to call the first name that they trust. So don't take my word for any of this. Do this with me right now. Pause the video if you need to. Open up ChatGPT and type in the way that your actual client would. Best personal injury lawyer in your city. Hit go and read the names. Now do the same in Claude or maybe even Perplexity. Ask it the same question. Read those names too. I bet the lists barely match. Now try it in Gemini, and a lot of times we found that Gemini won't mention any law firm at all. It'll just give you a short little paragraph about how to choose a really good personal injury attorney. But I want you to look at the reasons each tool gives. Typically, you're going to see recognized by super lawyers, listed on Justia, and notice what it almost never says. It never says, I read the law firm's website and they seemed great. The reasons come from somewhere else. So hold that thought because it turns out to be the whole key. And then do this search that's going to sting. Type the name of that PI firm in your market that keeps beating you to the cases that should be yours. Read what AI says about them. That gap right there on your very own screen is what this whole video is about. So why does personal injury show up so clearly in AI searches? Well, the signals are just stronger here. There's more directory coverage, more reviews, more firms that have spent years building a recognizable footprint. And when the AI tools show their sources, super lawyers and Justia show up constantly. Best law firm turns up in the authority layer too. And that tells you 2 things. Both of them matter. 1, AI will name an injury firm directly when the authority signals are strong enough. It's willing to make that pick. 2, those picks are still being shaped by third-party validation. Your own website does not carry the weight alone. So the question isn't whether AI recommends PI lawyers. It does every night. The question is whether it has enough reasons to recommend you. And here's where most personal injury firms lose ground without ever realizing it. We looked at a law firm in a mid-sized metro. Strong Google reviews, over 200 of them, mostly 5 stars. A clean website. By every normal measure, a good firm that you would call and hire. But their Justia profile hadn't been touched in years. Their super lawyers listing was missing half of the relevant practice categories. The machine was getting contradictory signals, pulling in every direction at once. And that firm, well, they weren't getting named or recommended because they were bad. They were bad according to the AI because they were inconsistent. And the machine doesn't reward the best lawyer. It rewards the clearest, most consistent signal. And a firm with 200 5-star reviews and a 3-year stale profile looks like a question mark. Now, I'm going to say something that most marketing agencies will never say to your face. Being named is not the same as being the best. This is about who the AI mentions, not who wins cases. A firm with strong, consistent profiles will out-appear a better firm because AI simply can't see them. So if a weaker injury competitor keeps coming up while you don't, hear me out. They didn't out-lawyer you, they just got recognized. And that's the part that you can fix right now. Let me tell you the moment that this came a little bit personal for me. I was at a bar event and a PI attorney walked up to me, a really good attorney from a great firm. And she was sharing that a firm across town with worse reviews kept getting the clients and the cases that should have been hers. So I ran some searches right in front of her, and the answers were right there in front of us. That other firm had a complete, consistent profiles across every directory that AI trusts. The person I was talking to, well, they hadn't updated any of their profiles in at least a couple years, and some of the information was outdated. So AI wasn't judging who was the best attorney because it can't do that. It was reading, I guess you'd say, who turned in their homework, because that just makes sense. The AI was looking at the boring work that the other firm did and that this person didn't take the time to do. And that's the exact work that I need you to do right now. You see, some of this goes back to probably how you're thinking. Mark, I don't care about any of this. My injury work comes from referrals. You know what? Good for you. Referrals are the best business there is. But the referral still checks you out. Before they ever call, they're going to go to an AI tool and type in your name and see what comes back. And if the machine and the AI has nothing to say about you, or worse, hands them 3 other PI attorneys with a glowing reason for each, that warm referral just went cold at your doorstep. Referrals don't protect you from this. They run straight through it. And I know who I'm talking to here. I bet a lot of you have been burned. You probably hired a marketing agency that promised page 1 results and then the phone never rang. And you probably then sat through a second round or a third round of marketing interviews and you walked out thinking, these guys are all the same. So let me be straight about what this is. This is not me selling you a bigger SEO package. This is me telling you that the front page of the internet has moved and you can check every word of it yourself right now for free. You don't need to trust me. You have to trust what you see on your own screen. And while we're being honest, let me tell you what fixing this will not do, because I'm not here to sell you a fantasy. It will not turn a weak PI firm into a strong one. If your reviews are bad because your service is bad, this isn't going to save you. And hey, if you don't return phone calls, no amount of profile work is going to fix that. This will make a good personal injury firm findable, but it does nothing for a bad one. And I'd rather you hear that from me right now than feel cheated later on. So, if an injury firm wants stronger AI visibility, the answer is not some random AI optimized content gimmick. The answer is to tighten the whole authority system until every signal points the same direction. Strengthen your directory profiles and fill in every box. Super lawyers and Justia first. Make the practice categories match what you actually do. Deepen your practice pages so someone reading them actually learns something. Sharpen your local market signals so the city fit is obvious. And build answer-first content around the words real injury victims type at 11 p.m. when they can't sleep. What's my case worth? How long do I have to file? Do I even need a lawyer? Make the entire footprint consistent and easy to verify. Personal injury is competitive enough that the firms doing this well are already compounding the lead. But it's visible enough that when you fix the gaps, it can show up fast. So I want you to start with the gaps right now, because here's what I think is going to happen next. These tools learn by repetition. Every day that your name sits in the sources they trust, the pattern hardens. And the harder it's going to get for anyone to knock you out of the top spot for the personal injury work that you actually want. And it's worse than just waiting, because while you sit there, the competitor down the street is paying attention. They're filling in their profiles, they're stacking up their reviews, and they're teaching AI to say their name first. And the thing is, the gap that we're looking at right now, it's the smallest it's ever going to be. Look, I made the whole research project we did completely free for a reason. And the full breakdown is up on our website. I'll leave a link in the description below for you. Go read it. Run the 4 searches for your own practice in your own city. Create your own scoreboard. You don't need to hire a marketing agency to do this for you. And then if you look at the gap and you decide you don't want to spend the next year watching that firm down the street get all the cases that should be yours, yeah, go ahead and give us a call. But know that we only work with firms that are serious about growth. You don't need to do that tonight though, because here's the only thing that actually matters once I turn this camera off. Right now, someone is going to ask AI for the best personal injury lawyer in their town. And the only question worth asking is whether yours is one of them.